Morning, Burt. Good morning, Ernie. So, what's the scripture for today? Today we are reading Matthew 14, verses 13 through 21, otherwise known as feeding the 5,000. Wow, that's a lot of people, Burt. It sure is, Ernie. Now, this reading has Jesus coming ashore and seeing a great crowd of people. In seeing them, Jesus had compassion for them and cured their sick. All right, way to go, Dr. J. Yeah, sure, Ernie. Now, when it became evening, Jesus' disciples saw the amount of people there were, and with dinner time coming up, told Jesus to tell the people to go home and have dinner. Oh, that sounds reasonable, Burt. Jesus said to the disciples, "They need not go away. You give them something to eat." How did Jesus figure the disciples were able to do that? Exactly what the disciples wondered. They replied, "We have nothing here but 5 loaves and 2 fish. To feed how many people? 5,000? Yes, Ernie. It would take a miracle to do that, Burt. Exactly, Ernie. So what did Jesus do? Jesus asked the disciples to bring the 5 loaves and 2 fish to him. Then Jesus ordered the crowds to sit down on the grass. Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, he looked up to heaven and blessed and broke the loaves and gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the crowds, and all ate and were filled. From 5 loaves and 2 fish. Yes, Ernie. Even more amazing was that the disciples then took up what was left over of the broken pieces, 12 baskets full. So 5 loaves became 12 baskets of bread? Pretty amazing, huh, Ernie? An amazing miracle indeed. No question about it. You know, if it happened today, though, it might have not been such a miracle. It might have been more questionable. Why do you say that, Ernie? Well, nowadays, less people would have eaten it without having their questions answered. Questions? What questions would those be, Ernie? You know, questions like, is it gluten-free? Does the fish contain mercury? Was the bread baked locally?